Hello, my name is Emery Thomas, and today I will be presenting to you my Media Studies CCRs. How does our product use or challenge conventions and grow, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Our opener represents social groups by having something called school stereotypes inside of it. One of these stereotypes are the jock, which is usually an athlete who's very active and is only focused on sports. We show this stereotype by giving him a costume that represents this by giving him sneakers, sweatpants, and a workout top. The other stereotype would be the nerd who usually has braces or glasses in movies and is always worried about school and focusing on her future. Another one we used was a rebel who is usually moody and wearing all black to show that they don't talk to many people. And lastly, there's the popular girl who's fashionable, has plenty of friends, and knows all the trends. Her costume was mostly colorful to show her bubbly personality. All of these stereotypes are stereotypes that can be found in school in a school setting. However, most of the time they are hanging out with people who fit their stereotype. That will correlate to the boomers concept case study, whereas the people predict that future events will happen because of experiences that they've had in the past. Our opener contradicts the boomer concept theory by showing them as being good friends with each other, even though they have differences throughout our opener. We showed the messy scene of each character. The jock was on a track jogging, the nerd was at home studying, the rebel was in a room in the dark by herself. However, the popular girl was not in a place that would correlate to her character. This showed that something was wrong, and this is when she called her friends. This shows the social group and issue to show how no matter how different the people are, we can help each other, no matter how different we are. Our product engage with audiences and how would it be distributed as real media text? According to the case study entitled Attention, people's attention might be held if there is something they are looking at is something that they can relate to or have knowledge in. And since our audience is mostly teens for our opener, which is our audience we will be mostly catering to, one way to engage with the audience would be relationship building. We showed the characters' personal lives so they could learn about the characters and build a relationship with said character. Another way we would engage with audiences would be emotional resonance, which would be connecting with the audiences on an emotional level, which could cause an everlasting effect on the viewer, making them feel more connected to the character. Throughout our opener, we take a very mental approach where we attack the thoughts of our viewers. We do this by showing everybody is different out of all four characters. We have the jock doing his own thing jogging, the nerd doing her own thing studying. Then we have the rebel who is by herself in the room in the dark. Then the popular girl who is not used to being alone. All of these things could catch the eye of a viewer to relate to this. For example, the popular girl is always surrounded by people, but this time she's alone and sad. This could relate to somebody in real life watching the film and be like, she has the same struggles as me and keep their attention throughout the film, throughout the opener. And for distribution, we will just be doing advertisements. Since our product is an opener, we will be able to advertise it like a movie with posters, billboards, and social media posts, and everything else similar with advertising a movie since they are very similar. How did my production skills develop throughout this project? At the start of this project, I was very slow at knowing what to do and when to do things. However, as time went on during the project, I believe I was able to improve at a lot of things by the time we finished this opener, and I believe we created a very good opener throughout though learning the skills we all acquired throughout the process. These are the three things that I believe I improved the most at. The first one I improved at the most would be I got better at preparation. I realized during this process that to have a good recording day, it has a lot to do with the amount of preparation you put in for said day. And I have gotten better at the preparation for the recording days by being more organized, being on time, and knowing what we are recording on that day. Another thing that I believe I got better at would be teamwork. From the beginning, my teamwork skills was very lacking compared to now. But I realized to make the best opener, me and my group mates had to be able to work together and trust each other that each other would do their own part. and do it to the best of their ability. And I believe I improved at that a lot from the start of this process. And the last thing I believe I improved at would just be my production skills in general. Before making my opener, my production skills in editing, sound production, and angles was very minuscule. I didn't know what to do. However, while making my opener, my skills in editing, sound production, and using angles to generate emotions have taken a huge leap compared to when we started from where I know that to use a close up, when we use a close up is to see emotions on the people's face. When we use a high angle, it shows power to the person they're looking at. When we use a low angle to show weakness to the person they're looking up at. Compared, if I didn't know this information back then when we first started, but I know it now, and that's why I believe that's one of the another thing of the things I improved at along this process. How do we integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online into this project? One of the editing softwares we used was a video editing software entitled CapCut. Using CapCut made editing very simple, easy, and not very time consuming to finish editing the opener and all. We use this to make edits such as cuts, slides, and fades. Are three examples we use from CapCut that we put in our opener. Another technology that we use was our cell phones, or one of my group members' cell phones. We use the cell phone to record our opener, and we use one of our group member cell phones. This recording made the recording very easy since we knew how to operate the phone, what to do and what not to do, and we could control the phone very easily. After reviewing it, we believe that this was just fine because the quality of the phone was very good. There wasn't that much blurriness, and we believe that it was a fine idea to use the phone. Another technology that we used was microphones. One of my group members had mini mics that we clipped onto ourselves. These mics were meant, like I said, miniature. We was able to fit them into our clothes, and you couldn't see them on the recording sessions we had, which was very cool. We hid them underneath our clothes. And on using this, they were not heavy and very easy to control, which was another positive about using these mini mics. Another thing we used was something called a recording stick. We use a recording stick to put the phone. We put the phone in the recording stick to record while recording our opener. We did this so the camera would not shake because if somebody had to hold the phone, the camera would shake a little bit and there would be vibrations. This made recording our scenes more simpler since we could get all the angles with the stick. We use this stick to get over the shoulder angles, close ups, and mid shots, and this stick made it very easy to get those shots compared to if we had to use our hands. That was my media studies CCRs. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and have a good day.